Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're on GoingOptimal, heading into a premier draft of Kaldheim. Chat has voted. We have had two close votes this week, but best of one has won both times. We were just talking about rank. Someone was asking me if I make Mythic, and I was saying I've never made Mythic because I advocate hopping around different accounts if you're a heavy limited player like I am, and it's tough to advance a single account all the way to Mythic if you're jumping around from account to account to get paid proper gold from Wizards for your arena play, which is what I recommend to anybody looking to play arena on a free-to-play drafting plan. And the basically your overflow accounts, whenever you're not getting paid gold, switch to an account that's paying you gold. And that extra income from Wizards really takes the burden off of the free-to-play model. You know, you really can be free to play almost regardless of your skill level. Sometimes if your win rate is super low, you're probably going to have to do some constructed grinding at some point on some of your accounts to get gold back. But even if you're at the place in your Magic game where multi-accounting is requiring you to grind gold on those other accounts, like grind standard, like you don't have the funds to draft even on your free accounts, you're still going to be making more income by hopping around and doing that grinding than you will be trying to make ends meet, so to speak, on that singular account. So I'm just going to keep banging the multi-account drum and hope a lot of people hear me, because people who are spending more money than they want to on Arena really ought to be doing that. And people who are spending more money than they want to on Magic cards really ought to be going to Card Kingdom to do so at the very least. You know, if you're going to be doing that anyway, check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They are purveyors of everything you need for your tabletop game. If you have lots of cash to spend on cardboard, they are your destination. If you don't have a lot of cash to spend on cardboard, they are also your destination primarily because of their incredible buy list. If you want to convert your existing cardboard into different cardboard, I truly cannot suggest a better place than Card Kingdom for that. They offer a 30% store credit bonus on your sells. If you trade in instead of cash, you get credit, 30% bonus. And as I say all the time, store credit bonus is only as good as the store's inventory, and that's the real combo here. Not only are you getting great buy list prices, best in the industry, you're getting one of the best inventories in the industry. So buy list prices plus inventory equals sell to CK no-brainer. Or sell to me because I match them. You can reach out my email. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Thank you, Card Kingdom. We are going to dive in now. We're closing in on that 25-ish thousand gold. The entry fee in gold for the open was 22,500 gold. So I'm trying to get all my accounts to at least that much in case they duplicate the buy-in structure for the next limited open. Oh, wait, that's deck building, not draft. Let's go down here. Spoilers from yesterday. 5-3. What do we got here? Something with a treatment up in the corner. That's probably good, right? Oh, it's this one. Well, a 3-mana 1/4 Vigilance that taps for any color might just be good enough. I'll at least hold it as we start thinking about that. What else have we got in competition with that? We've got Glimpse for the Giant. Well, this is just fine. You know, without Giants, you don't really want to play it. With Giants, doing it twice is twice as good as once, and it's half price the second time. So, like, doing it a second time at half price is the big deal here. I don't know. What do you think? Like, I could take the Glimpse. I think this is pretty underwhelming if you're not specifically Giants. And this is medium as well. I think it's these two. But Fenor, would you say that if I said you're never going to have a Giant in play again when you have Glimpse, you wouldn't think that, right? Like it's related. It's the buyback that makes that true. But I like that. That's fine. And then, you know, we do want giants, and hammer is red, blue is the giant color. So I like going hammer over, you know, rune is just whatever. Sometimes this surprises, but mostly just whatever. Prof Wright says, wait, stop. Let's see. What's Prof Wright going to say? Outrider? Outrider's the other thing I'm looking at here. Really, it's these two things. Swamp. Interesting. Oh, Prof is just making MC Hammer jokes. That's fine. But I didn't see what else would compete with this except for Outrider. I think you really could make a case for Outrider, but with the Glimpse, I'm going to start with the Hammer. Or continue with the Hammer, I should say. Well, this is a really terrible pack to follow Glimpse into Hammer. There's nothing here for us. So let's spec on either the Snowland, even though it's a white Snowland, which is probably why it's still here. The white Snowlands are the least popular. Harold is solid, but is pretty far away from, you know, it's double color and nowhere near us. I think because of this being not a super desirable Snowland, I like the Courser pick. Courser plus Hammer could end up like these. I've had several decks with these two going on, and it's quite actually a powerful combination. If we leave Glimpse on the sideboard, that's fine. You say spec on Steel. I think spec is correct, but I like spec on Courser over Steel. I don't know. And now, wow, Raptor goes right into this plan. You know, we could just head into Boros Aggro. Icebind Pillar, the best card in the deck, in the pack, but Rimewood Falls still here. Whew. So this is one of the key Snowlands. I don't even know if I take this and wish I had taken the land. Like, what was it was white, blue. Yeah, I guess with white, blue, that we'd even play it if we weren't playing white. But we'll take this. We gotta take the pillar and see if nobody else is interested in this. And we'll take an Arcanist here. We don't have the tools for it yet, but it's early here. Let's get some multiple glimpses for the Arcanist combo, right? Oh, really? I just didn't feel like we were in green yet. Like, we have no green, and we have lots of blue. I like this. You think the green has been open? Yeah, well, I don't think. I mean, it means we want to be. I don't think. Yeah, green is open. Yeah, but so's blue. And it's our colors. I'm going to go with my gut. I hear you. Maybe we're green, but I don't, I think it's a little overstatement that just because we have a pillar that we're a green deck. I mean, we could take this Mire. We could still be red, blue giants and be fine. You like fall? No, not with two colors that we're not really in yet. I mean, yeah, we have a Courser, but I'm going to happily take the Mire. You don't like the Mire? That was a great pickup for us there. I know it's black, but I mean, just like the red snow is nice. Pick here. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why I'm saying, Icebind Pillar does not make me think that we are obvious green snow, because you don't need 27 snow sources in your deck to run a pillar. You need 3. You're not on pick, but what do you want to take then? You want to get Berserker? Snow Plains? In case we end up blue-white snowy? There's a giant, but it seems too early to take that giant. I'm going to take the Berserker. I don't mind those giants, those 7-mana giants, a couple of them in a giant deck, but I can't take them like, I just want them late. I want to wheel those. You just don't need that many 7s. You like Rune over Firewalker? I suppose we could make some giants fly. I really like making a Firewalker fly, though, honestly. Although we could take the Rune first and find Firewalkers later. Fëanor and Brolas want the Walker like I do. I'm on Walker. Here's a Frost, still in the pack. Pick 9. But see, I mean, I don't know. Like, I could have taken that first Frost. I guess we hedge here, but there is, you know, we have... Again, I just feel like I should... As much as it's a signaling that this is here, it's signaling that this is all here, and I feel like we're kind of in the right lane. But what do we want out of this? I think I'm going to take the reinforcements. Although, it's not very giant-y. I don't know. This is pretty medium here, really. Mob or thief? Mob or thief? I got it on mob right now. I guess in this deck, we're going to want more Firewalker type cards than thieves, so let's take the mob. Desperation Giant. Although white is also open. I don't know if it's too late to pivot. But we could take, like, if any of these were better, I think I would actually hedge on white. But, like, what do you want to hedge with? I guess we don't need that, you're right. But what are we hedging for? I don't like any of this. Steel? Oh, well, looks like I'm specking on champion. I'm going to put him in the sideboard, though. I really don't think we're going to be white. And another chance at a giant we don't want to play, or maybe run ashore. We'll take run ashore, but I don't think we're running that either. There's some people, like, I think Ari Lax early in the format was really high on this card. I still think it's been pretty darn medium. I'm going to take Pup here in case we get hyper aggro. Effigy or both, probably not playing either. Last pick, Vault Progress. Brazen Outlaw says maybe we're more dwarf than giant. Giant dwarf. Happy to start there, though, and just pick up more dwarves. Squash is tempting as well. But I'm taking the rare. Fenrir says rare is better. I don't know. I hear you. If we're getting regular giants, sure. If this is 5 mana, it's not. Right? 5 mana is not better than this. This turns our 2-drop, random 2-drop dwarves into rampers, and I think that's good. Taking the rare. Nutter Hammer, but maybe we want a Helm. Maybe we want a Burgie. Burgie. Burgie, second hammer. Yeah, I like Burgie, first Burgie over second hammer, but it's close and we're low on snow. We need to get more snowlands if we're going to do the Burgie thing, but it's early enough to take it and try and make it happen. And we also want to get the snow for Pillar. So I just want enough snow to turn Strider and Pillar into effective cards. Fenner, is this you snarkily saying that the squash was the right pick? I mean, can I read this card to you? Other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. And then there's another thing that doesn't matter. I just thought I'd read that for you. Because I think you hadn't. Seemed like you hadn't. So I thought I'd read it for you. Liberator's great. Yep. That's going to tap as a dwarf. And look, a squash I can get behind, although an ice tunnel. Oof. At what point are we looking to really solidify our ability to pillar and stride? This is a tap, like we'd rather have a snow island. Oh, we're not trying to play black. We're trying to get blue or red snow, and we want it so badly we're willing to take ETB tapped snow islands. That's what I'm saying. Well, Phrasing Boom, we're sure not going to be snow enough if we don't take snowlands. So that's why that's my point there. But we can try and hold out for actual snow mountains and islands, which are going to be way better for us. I'm willing to take the squash, but I'm calling out that I really want to play this pillar, and I really want Bergstrider to tap stuff down. So we got to keep an eye out on that. Buying the monster, we're pretty tempo-y here. I think with Magda trying to get in with dwarves. Well, dwarves, somewhere we have dwarves. Bind is actually going to be solid here. Binding ahead of a Fearless Liberator on 4 and getting in and making, you know. Run amok is what we want to see also with this attacking tendency. That's a giant I can get behind at pick 7, but there's also a Behold. Anybody want the Behold over the quasi removal? I mean, thing is we don't have a ton of giant wizards yet, right? So let's look. 2 giants, 2 wizards. Snow Island, yeah. Like there's a lot of things that we want. I'll take the Behold though. I'm gonna take the Behold. Ravager. I've been very disappointed with the Ravager actually. I've been very disappointed with the Ravager, I gotta be honest. Titan or Squash? Yeah, we can take the Titan. But maybe I've been putting it in the wrong decks. Maybe I've been unlucky, but I feel like I do 1, maybe 2 damage with that giant. I did, like... I've read the card. I know what it does. Take this. I mean, the difference between best on uncommon in the set and yeah, we'll take a Raider. It's not a dwarf, unfortunately. Ooh, Raven's Wings could get us up in the air. Yeah, Pup would have been a reasonable pick there as well. I think Raider. If Raider were a dwarf, I'd go for it, but I'll take the. Take that Wings and see. Anyway, so a 4-drop, 4 mana 4/2 is largely unplayable, right? A 4 mana 4/2 is unplayable. So the entire value of that Ravager is in its ability to deal damage. It does at least 1 because it counts itself. I've just been having a real hard time getting more than 2 with it, and I love some card draw, but. Can't really Kaya. Yeah, we're not really in a Kaya spot. We're not even really in a Cole spot, which is too bad. Getting this dwarf going with the other dwarf would be pretty nice. But what do we even take here then? Yuck. Maybe we take Kaya because, like, what else? I mean, what are we taking? There's nothing here. So I'm going to take Kaya on gems and on the fact that, like, the second best pick for us is Raider, and we're going to wheel that. There's no way I'm taking that here. This is a pick. What are we taking here? Bolt is obviously missing from our lineup. Shimmerdrift Veil is exactly what we want for the snow, but maybe we can get that mountain. Liberator is doing the dwarf thing big time. And, of course, Behold is what I took last time. Yeah, Behold, second Behold for the, this is tough. Yeah, we'll take Bolt. Maybe we're not even, that's an interesting point. We could end up mono red with where we're headed. Here's a Veil. Cavalry is so good, though. Hammer number 2. Cavalry is a dwarf that hastes us. I know you want the hammer. I would like a hammer. There's a lot of good stuff in this pack. You know what I want to do? Well, yeah, if we're mono red, we could get away with... not worrying about the snow. I know. I'm gonna take the dwarf. That was like the hardest pick in a tough draft so far. But now I'm taking another liberator. I'm moving in on aggro, low to the ground red here. Try to get some more. Look, see, I don't need the hammers because like I got endless hammers all day long. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. This is all coming up. This is like, oh man. Now do we finally take a hammer over cavalry? I'm not. If we wheel Rune of Speed, fine. I'm gonna take hammer now. Finally, a second hammer spot. Another Titan, which will take over this pup. Here, finally, here's a Veil we can take. Although now we're so close to mono red, I don't know. We'll see. But we got the Veil. It's not in this scene. I mean, yeah, we could. Do we want to? I don't think we want to. I'll take it. Here we're back to our starting pack that had nothing for us except the Raider we knew was going to wheel. And a Cole. Maybe we're... yeah, we'll take the Raider. Whatever. Yeah, maybe are we red enough that we could actually just Cole instead? I'll take the Cole. The Raider just doesn't matter. Like, whatever. We'll see. Wowie! And the Veil came back? Chat. This draft is breaking me. I'm gonna take the card, like, I know I want, and the hammer comes back, third hammer. Fearless Pup comes back. We could take the Meadow, but now at this point, I think we are just effectively mono red with maybe a touch. I'm gonna take the Pup because we're so close to mono red, and I want Cavalry here over Helm, narrowly. I think Cavalry with the Dwarf combo is better. Yeah, maybe Splash Blue at most. But for Splashing Blue, another Veil would have been nice. What if we just... Let's start by looking at what mono red looks like. Just literally cutting everything but the red. Maybe are the Cole? There we go. Look, it's a deck. Boom, deck. You know. Jesus, D, that's how it works. Now I'm going to time you out. Go away. Well, oh yes, that's see that's the Furnace Dragon, and thank you for saying that. I gotta go. I thought I turned the heat down, but apparently I didn't. And it's funny because like Jim has told me, Ryan, for what it's worth, nobody hears the furnace. I'm like, you're wrong, Jim. Trust me, people hear the furnace. Be right back. Here. Hear that? Surely you can hear that rumbling. It's my house talking to me. So one of my only 7-0s in the format was mono red. This is awfully close. Cole. I want to let's put Cole in and the potential blue splashes in just to take a look, and then we'll move it up here. I want to see how much equipment we have. We got the 3 hammers and the wings and the helm. We could probably cut a hammer. Kind of like the wings over 3rd hammer. I don't either foil. I'm just, but I'm putting it in so we can eliminate it officially, right? Yeah, I guess if we're playing blue, you could argue splashing glimpse, but we don't. How much giants do we have? We had a few. Oh, I guess we only have 2. Yeah, so that makes me say no. We're not splashing glimpse off of our 2 giants. Probably not playing the squash, or maybe we will because we'll play that at 5 at that point. Yeah, 5 is too many. That's why I was saying we got to figure out what to cut. I like cutting a hammer. And partly hammer is just it's pricey. You know, it's very powerful, but it's pricey. Well, I'm holding the. We're not cutting. Land is last, everybody. Stop. Don't worry about lands yet. Until we worry about whether or not we have the land to support something like our potential splashes here. So let me get to this view as well. Definitely don't think we should do both. Veil works equally for blue and white. But I think we cut the blue and we play the single coal. So let's cut the blue, play the single coal. Oops. And then this is 17 land, and so we'll cut, like, we'll cut this. Anybody redeem lands? No? All right. First, I'm going to get to 16 land, then we can talk about final cuts. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, or there we go. I don't know if I like the courser or the coal, really. Mono is very powerful, but we would lose out on the some of its power. Oh yeah, sorry. That's didn't mean that to be in there. So this is a 2-land splash for coal. I just don't know why we would do that. I mean, I know why. I mean, it's a dwarf. It pumps our equipped stuff. I guess we could go to more plains. We have plenty of mountains. I suppose it's cheap enough to do. Yeah, we do create treasure as well. Let's do it. I just need to support it with more plains. Even more than that, like that's 4 sources, and we still have 13 sources of red. Yeah, Rob says 5 plains. I don't know if I want it. Like, you say that, Rob, and then we get the hand that's plains, plains, mountain, and we draw another plains, and we hate ourselves. So I'm worried about that. I think I'm going to try 4, since we don't mind coal as a, turn 5 or 6 type play. That's why we're playing it. It's not bad as a late play. And I'm not on, I'm definitely doing 16 lands. We are, not only do we have the starting hand smoother helping us get our early mana, but we're actually a pretty hot, a low curve deck in the end. Yeah, we can move the hammers here to be honest about that. Where are they? And we can even, we'll put the Titans here too. Or Titan here. I mean, this is really our curve. You can put this. It's interesting, we've completely skipped 4. Oh, our 3s are, that's what's going on here. No, we got, that's our 5s. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's my worry, Jim. That's why I initially cut, that's why there's 1 in the board, right? I didn't have 3 in. I chose to keep the wings instead. So I like 2, but the 3rd is like just a little too much, I think. But we will call this one stop. That's it. Y'all know what that means. I love the double pup with the helm is solid. All right, let's try this. We will do a par poll as I get going.
Behold! Behold! Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
Where is that? There's Behold. And look, now that I'm in the right scene, D, I'll even give you your Millhouse for free! Because I, yes, paid you back when I can't. That's how it works, D. When you get your thing rejected, you get a refund.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse!
I like this deck. I've had good success with heavy aggro red, and couldn't be more perfect here. Except if this were a dwarf, but that's changing printings. Nice, Fluffy. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it and having success. Yes, bot draft isn't the best, but fun is the best. I love fun. Oppo thinks we're some standard Boros deck. Well, that's our 1 white card there on 2. Let's see. This doesn't get... Okay. So, we still got 2 clean attacks. I don't know what... there's not... There's the rare and the village rights, so there's no worries about getting got here. Maybe we just go Firewalker so that we can Berserker next turn. But the trouble is, Firewalker next turn, we're not going to activate if we're Berserkering next turn. I'd rather just get the damage in. I'm going to go hard here. Yeah, I like that too, Jim. That's kind of why I was leaning there. Like, we actually have a clean attack with a turn 3 Breakneck Berserker. Often you are offering a trade with the Berserker on 3, and that's usually good enough, but a clean attack, I think we got to take while we have it. You gonna sack that for damage? Oh yeah. Silver plays. Rogue B, I don't like what you're doing yet. Maybe you've got something else in there that explains your plan, but so far, I think you should come hang out in our channel and we'll help improve your decks a bit. Here I'm just going to go with the hard cast reinforcements, double up our dwarves, and again keep getting aggro. Three bricks our squad here, but we can take a turn to hammer up and then crash in next time, or we can just send in the Berserker here and say, do you want to trade off the Warden? That's fine. Yeah, Cole does have text. Let's read it. But we can't cast and equip the hammer, so that's why there's nothing. This doesn't do anything for us right now, right? So I think offer Berserker, play hammer. Yeah, offer Berserker, play hammer. Yeah, just making sure you weren't saying we could equip something this turn that I was missing. All right, they went for the chump instead of the trade. That's fair. That's fine with us, though, because we're just going to get so much aggro here. This is playing out as though we're some kind of split deck, Rob. My problem with running the Courser is that it is not good on turn 7. Like, Cole coming down on turn 7 could actually be the top deck we're praying for, right? We could be like, oh my god, we could, if we get Cole, we can attack with everything. If we get Cole, right? But I'm never going to be saying that about a top decked Courser, and I'm not going to be counting on playing any of these white cards early. So I don't think it's correct to run a Splash Courser in the way that it is correct to run a Splash Cole.
Come on, Berserker, girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Well, Shade John, if we want something to punch through, let's put our third hammer in then. I think we're going to punch through just fine. Let's see. Yeah, I like leaving this here, and then let's send something up in the air. And I think we leave Cole back. I'm going to launch a... although I should put this on non-tokens so that if they die, the Cole returns them to hand. But the thing is, I think we're just winning here, so it doesn't really matter. So 1 gets through guaranteed. If they block it completely, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think it's just lethal unless they have something. I'm going to make him have it. I guess if they kill the hammer, this could be a decent sequence for them. Yeah. But, like, even if they stayed at 5, and we just get him next turn, right? If they kill that. Thanks. Sure, yeah, that's where I want it. You like it there? How about there? That's where we're going to go with for now. Thanks, Streamlabs. Love it. At least Streamlabs has functioning Control-Z. And the trouble is if I lock it, see, I could lock this so that, but then I can't select it to, ugh. Check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. This is for all you YouTubers who skip my intros where I talk about my sweet sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just so you know, it does help keep me on the air if you check them out via my affiliate links in the YouTube notes. There's a link to my sponsor. Even if you're not going to buy anything, you can go visit them with my affiliate link, and it does help me. Maybe I don't have cash to subscribe or donate or whatever, but you can always give my sponsor some visit love, and even that helps. I'm going to keep... I mean, we have stuff to do on 2. I like having a 2-drop creature in these decks, but this is something to do. Turn 2 planes again, because easy peasy. Foretell or Wings? Yes, we will Foretell Bolt, because a sequence here we can do is Foretell Bolt, Berserker, cast Equip on 4 if we don't have anything to Bolt, but having Bolt ready at 1 mana in case of emergency seems correct. Right on, Siriana's had a good experience with Card Kingdom. Saying they're packed well. Here's how you want to see. Here's how my Card Kingdom shipment comes with the little receipt packed nicely around it. Let's see. Any predictions? What did I get? What did Ryan get from Card Kingdom? I told you what some of these are. All right, let's play the Berserker out. I have a little spec. I told you about this spec. Bought a bunch of foil Dream Devourers from Card Kingdom. I feel like somewhere down the line, somebody's going to break Dream Devourer in some format, and it's going to be ridiculous. That's my prediction. I might be wrong. I've been wrong about some of these, but sometimes I'm right and it feels good. What's the biggest right I've had? I was super right about the Cyclone. What's the Overload card? Return all non-land permanents. I can't remember what it's called. It was one of my big wins. Cyclonic Rift. Yeah, Cyclonic Rift. I was like, this is so stupid in EDH. How is this not a commander? How is this not just crushing in all commander? And it's like, oh, because they weren't on it yet. Anyway, we're going to bolt. Get this Agar out of here. And then we can Wings and Pup and attack. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Update my record. And that's where I ran into trouble because of my Streamlabs persnicketyness. So anyway, I acquired a bunch of Cyclonic Rifts at sub, $1 or $2. For a long while, that Cyclonic Rift was a $1 Magic card. Okay, how about... So we can hammer and make the token, but then we don't really have attacks. We could just not equip Wings, send in both, and offer, and then get the hammer afterwards. I like that. They can't really block the Pup, and if they want to trade for the Berserker, that's fine. That's funny, people making Air Bud jokes, but it's Space Jam 2 that's the new thing, right? I was reading an article about how the rapist Pepe Le Pew is being kept out of Space Jam 2, which is very appropriate. Oh, man. Again, that I have any respect for other human beings at all after being raised on Warner Brother cartoons is a miracle in and of itself. Let's see now. Yeah, hammer on pup is pretty unfair, but they can't really block anyway here. Trading? You didn't like... Well, but, I mean, we traded off for this thing. I mean, this is going to be up in the air anyway, even if we fly, so... All right. I like send... Well, let's see. Let's just equip the pup and flying dog into Firewalker is fine. And I'm just offering the hammer on the ground because it's... Remember, this is a 2-1, not a 5-1, right? This is fine. And we have trample too, so I like this. And then we get to drop Firewalker and next turn re-equip and go. Yeah, there may have been a superior line there. I'm playing a bit quick, I suppose, but let's not play so quick that I forget my Firewalker. We're going to put hammer on Walker, and then both of our creatures threaten to trade or kill the Mistwalker. I want hammer on Firewalker so that both of these threaten to kill the Mistwalker. Now, they can either block and make me kill the Mistwalker, or they can just take 2, but then I get to equip the hammer, and then it comes down to whether or not they have pup removal, right? Getting a little more mana than we want for this deck. They're up on cards because of that. Packmate was good for them on that front. They got a card here and have seen less land than us, it seems, so we're a little bit back on lands. You like Boast either way? I guess Boast either way is correct because we can just equip next turn, you're right. So let's see, we do have a Raider. I'm going to hold the land because we have a Raider in the deck. Well, hopefully this tanking from Oppo is a good sign for us and not them trying to figure out which of their removal spells they should use on the pup. This is a good draw for us, though. We can 5, 6, 7. At 7, we can equip and hard cast. So we're going to play our land this turn likely, but we're going to start with the equip plan. Removal incoming, looks like it. Bitten. Getting 2 creatures for 1 card is big game for us here. If it resolves. Ouch.
I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
Kinda GG, unless we top deck. I mean, look, they got 4 presumably action spells. I mean, they've shown no... We're ripping lands. They're on a perfect 5. Look at this. 4 color, 5 mana, no other spells must be. This is good, though. Can we get there off this? Maybe. Maybe. It's a start. It's a start. Let's see if they've got removal for this. Unfortunately, the answer is probably, but hey, sometimes they run out of removal. Well, Rob, it was a 1 in 13 chance there that you would be right to call Titan, or did you call their Titan? Calling their Titan would be something. Yeah, we have, let's see. I thought we have 2 breaknecks. 2 in the deck, and there's one of them, and they ran out of removal! Yay! Sometimes they run out of removal. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, they had a grip full of cards they weren't casting, that's for sure. So maybe their mana greed, I was kind of like eye-rolling that, of course, the greedy mana base was getting there on mana, but we don't know if they did. They could have been stuck on colors in hand. High variance cards end up seeming better than they are because of the fact that people don't see them at their worst, which is stuck in hand. Thank you, Mike. 15 months from Mike. 15 months from Fool. Nice. There's some... That's some time. Well, now the turn 2 Forge Master seems unlikely, although we do have 4 sources of white lurking in the deck. My issue is that we don't have anything on 2, but on the draw, I think we have to keep. This is not a great keep, and this could go poorly. Maybe we should... Do you throw this back? Like, Berserker on... Berserker on 3 on the draw doesn't seem amazing. And this Squash and Hoggy Mob, having these 2 high cards... I think I'm on mole now. I try not to mole, and because like one of my metrics is, do you have something to do on 3 with any land in your deck? And the answer is yes, but this deck needs more than that. Doing something on 3 with any land is not enough, so we're going to mulligan. And sadly, we're going to keep this. It's a little better. We're going to keep and ditch hammer number 2. And we might even raid away the Titan on... Like, if we don't find land, we're going to raid away something. Maybe the mob? Ooh, new plan. We will at least start with the cavalry, and then next turn we can raid away mob if we don't find land. Maybe we'll find our rare dwarf and make a couple tokens. I'm going to say no block. We'll save the raider to try and block with the berserker. Pup is a play, but it's not land, so we're going to go ahead and start with raiding away the mob, looking for land. Yeah, almost no matter what. To find more land, right? To find a 4th land, even if we find a 3rd. That's nice, though. We can pup it up and just send the cavalry. Cavalry is the most valuable creature we have, so I'm not going to haste these up. We're going to try and block with them. Really, you don't like pup in this matchup? I think with the way this is going, I like this, especially hammer. Hammer on pup is real deal. And we can do that without any more mana. Like, that's a plan if we don't get any more mana. Run Amok is looking great here. I'm going to just send in everything, probably Run Amok, and then foretell the Titan. Now a basic land off the top is practically GG. I don't know if it is GG, but I mean, this is a nice Titan coming up if we get a land. A basic land. All right, here's the Ravager. I declined over... What did we take over the Ravager? Something very good, but I've had low success with this, even though I recognize the power level. Behold, that's right. The Behold we're not playing. Can I have the Ravager back? Score one for Fenner on that one. Would love the Ravager in this deck now. Helm on Cav. I kind of like Helm on Raider, leave back Cav, although maybe we don't care. We can send Cav at this point. I just feel like that's the one they're going to happily block and trade for. And I don't know if we want to trade for anything. Yeah, Titan Haste itself. We don't need it for that. That's true. We can also, like, yeah, cast the hammer. I like Helm on Raider, send both, I think. But having cavalry around for the Titan doesn't suck either. And Hasty Hammer, also totally reasonable. Yeah, I'm going to keep the cavalry. I think the cavalry is too valuable here, even though Titan has self-haste. Hammer does not have self-haste, and that would be a great haste. Nice, and we can at least move this. I mean, we might move it off, but nothing else to do with the mana here. Get out of frostbite range on the Cav. Elixir is annoying, but we're at a place in the game where that's actually fine with us. Nobody's mentioned CBL being a butthead, and I gave it focus early in the stream, but looks like it needed it again, which I have done. Let's see if that helps. All right. We could haste up the hammer, but let's just Doomscar. This seems a lot better. Yeah, I could do hammer, but then I would have had to have tapped my 3/3, which had no blockers. If they had had something to block my 3/3, then we absolutely hammer it up. The fact that cavalry was a free 4 attack by casting the Titan made it kind of a no-brainer to me. And now, hastening up the hammer is effectively GG. I mean, they can chump the Titan, but they need to put, like, everything else on the tramply hammer. And we can even move the, move this helm. Helm is colorless, right? So, helm on... Oh, they have to block the hammer, so let's move the helm onto it so that it forces the extra damage and extra trample. You like it on Titan? I liked it extra trample. I mean, it's hard not to put it on something they absolutely... And they have to block everything, right? But... So I don't think it matters. Maybe it doesn't matter, but you get my reasoning? Like, why not put it on the tramply thing? It's like an extra point, right? Putting it on the Titan, we get 1 point from the block. Putting it on the Trampler, we get a point from the block and a point from the trample. So I think it's pretty clear that it was supposed to go on the Trampler. Okay, that's fair. Mike's saying, but we save the creature. Now we could lose to something like this. There you go. All right, well, maybe I messed it up. And now look. Yeah, so maybe I've misplayed this game. I got a little confident that we were going to take it. And now we're getting pushed back in the other direction. Ooh, now we're just like in serious trouble. Top deck. Not bad. That's going to help. I think. I should probably read rares and stuff. We're just going to die, you know. We're back in action. Is it enough? Oh, we're flooding out at the very wrong time. Well, I'm not happy with how I played that. Maybe we were going to be doomed anyway, but... Yeah. I think I should have listened and gone for... thought through the trading situation there. I think a more thoughtful player comes up with a win there. Magic is hard. Moving on. Yes, there's that Radiantware. I gotta find the balance, as always, between tanking for the perfect play and playing. Well, all right. I'm gonna go with the reinforcements foretell on 2, barring a 2-drop. How about a land off the top for us there, deck? Not a land, but I like reinforcements here ahead of Magda next turn. 2 tapped dwarves, get a couple of treasure. That'll help out. And they're going to be +1/+0. There'll be 3 ones. Just don't kill any. Don't you kill them. All right. They think they've got the perfect blocker for our 2 ones, and we're going to surprise them. We're near mono red. We have 1 white card and 4 white sources. Yeah, I guess we do have Run Amok. That's fair. Yeah, we'll save the dwarf because it's making us mana. I like it, sure. Because what else are we doing? We're going to, like, foretell the Titan. Now they gotta deal with Brazen Outlaw here. If they do, we're back in trouble. If they don't, we're doing all right. We can even attack and bolt if we want. Let's start with, yeah, let's attack and bolt. Then we can attack with everything and keep going. Yeah, I took Magda. There was some debate over something else in the pack, and I was just like, we were already in dwarves. I'm like, I'm snapping this. So powerful if you get it going. And we could foretell the Titan. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, we want to do something hasty, not foretelling a Titan. I said we have 4 sources of white. Magda is kind of the 5th. We do. I don't. Anything else make treasure for us? I think Magda's our only treasurer. Binding a 3/1 token has got to be good news for us. If we lose after we've made our opponent use a binding gold on a berserker token. Yeah, we just berserker win. Okay. The old 2-mountain cakewalk. Thank you, Magda. Some in chat didn't like the Magda pick. I can't remember what we took it over, but there was some debate, and I thought it was pretty clear. Some people didn't think it was clear, but at least you see why I thought it was clear, whether it was or not. We were land screwed, we just weren't mana screwed. I'll take it. Yeah, that was some desperation turn from them, right, Mike? Here, let me spend a 3-mana premium removal spell on your dwarf token, and then I'm going to bind your dwarf lord. It was kind of suggested we were going to get there from there. Unless they had a sweeper. Like, they could have been setting up for desperation sweeper. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was not that Oppo did anything wrong. Oppo probably played perfect to their outs. It just was representative that their outs were slim. Gonna keep this and pile on the damage from the play. I like that. Yeah, it was only for squash too, and we didn't even have a lot of giants at that point. We had more dwarves than giants. I do want that Ravager, though. And maybe the lesson there is, in close picks, continue to lean to the heavy color, because you know you're going to play it, right? In a where it looked like we were blue-red, I took the blue card, when we know for sure we were red. Let's see if we draw a land. We drew a land, so then I think it's definitely the Liberator, because we're going to liberate while the liberating's good if we can. I will trade 3 mana and no card to trade for their card, but it's even better than that. We just get to make a freebie and keep everything. How about Magda off the top? Really, I'd just take a mountain off the top if I can make requests of ye old magic gods. There we go. Thank you, magic gods. Much appreciated. So what do we do here, though? We could make another token, which I'm generally a fan of using while you can, but I think we should 2-spell here and attack. And that's also Rob is pointing out, watch out, they could be doing sweepery stuff, which is a reason to just keep going Liberator. If we go Liberator, we could rebuild after a sweeper. Interesting. I think if we could see their hand and look at their deck list and know that we were not in trouble to sweepers, then I think I would 2-spell. But I think I'm going to token it up given the ability that it lets us continuing to build the board in a way that allows us to recover from a sweeper and puts similar amounts of threat out there. I mean, this is serious biz for them not having played a spell yet. I mean, this is a spell, this is a spell. You know what I mean, though, right? Having not affected the board yet. And now, like, you can swing away, and it just doesn't even matter that they eat one of these, right? It's like, okay, great. Take 5 and eat something. All right, that's a little harder. That's harsher. At least it answers the question of what we're up to, though. I kind of like 2-spelling here with Liberator Cavalry. And then helming and hopefully getting extra wide next turn. Because now suiciding in for 3 damage isn't quite there. Now we want to get wide again, so let's 2-spell. A land would allow us to haste a hammer if we wanted to, now that we got cavalry out. Helm on pup is fine, leaving us with cavalry to cast. That's intimidating, but it actually doesn't really affect the board right now, and so I don't mind it much. We missed our hammer because of that, but we could helm up something besides the pup, and then leave the pup back. Pup with helm threatens the spirit. Yeah, let's swing all and make token again. I like that. I mean, right, Mike? Just keep doing that, and then, I mean, they don't really have time to eat the pup anyway. Wow, they're going for the pup eat. Okay, great. Kind of looking at sweeper or bust for them here, and even then, well, we don't have haste, but no sweeper, please? Question mark? Worth noting that if it is a sweeper, it's like we've only lost 2 cards out of it. That's not going to be enough. Oppo. What else you got? That's not enough. Right, so we just helm up something and go. Helm up one of these. They almost turned the corner, but our go wide got wide enough. I think they played it on 3 timber. They might just not have had many choices at the time. They might have had 3 snowlands at that point, honestly. That's one of the risks we're taking, T-Dot. Are you saying we should cut it? What's your point? You have observed a fact, now state your point. Or shut up. Sorry, that was a little too harsh, but what's your point? You cutting it? You don't like the splash? You want more white? Maybe is that your point? Gonna keep this. Thank you for the sub. You're saying in between the lines. I still don't understand. I still don't understand. How would you? What would you change about this deck? That's my question to you. Trying to see if you're saying go mono red. We could. You could cut the coal and go mono red. We felt that risk was worth it. Coal has paid off once. What do you want instead? Just a random red playable? I think it's a powerful enough late drop that we're pretty happy with it. I'm going to foretell here over Pup to max mana. Next turn we might have Run Amok plus Pup number 2 or just Firewalker. Definitely firewalking with no nothing to run amok anyway. I mean, it's just the nature of it. Frankly, it's the genius of the color pie. We kind of take the color pie for granted, but the tension between power level and risk is very real with the color pie. We got our white, so if we do find our coal, we'll be okay this game. And we got Pup and Run Amok. I don't know if we're getting a block here, but I don't need to play any land yet with the Firewalker. We're going to send both. Perfect. We accept. The only thing we can get off of the Firewalker activation now is a land, so maybe we just... Well, actually, we'll still do it, because then we go Mountain Pup anyway. Well, we still take the chance, though, right? Because if we miss, we're just reshuffling our library anyway. If we hit, we're up a card. So we try this, and then if we miss, we Mountain Pup. I don't understand why you wouldn't, East. Why wouldn't you? What, like... Who is... Anybody not doing that there is effectively doing the same thing as not looting. But greedy, why? How is it greedy to not do that? It's greedy to do that. Like, what else are we... There's literally nothing else to do. The only reason not to do that is because you're afraid of exiling your top card. That's the only reason not to do it. All right, as long as you recognize that. As long as you recognize it, East, you can work on it. Acknowledging the problem is step 1. Next turn, we get double boast. Well, you don't get a choice, which is why I called it re-randomizing the deck. It's the equivalent of reshuffling the deck. Whatever was on top of our library is now on the bottom, but that's it. Or, you know, in the right? So, all right, land, and we win. I get, yeah. They could have, if they had something foretold, it could be deal 5, but... It stays exiled if you don't cast it. Exactly. That's why you lose the card. And actually, that's also a great point. Lodash says, if anything, it gives us info about what we might draw. So, like, knowing what you're not going to draw is more information than you had before you did it. looks good. We at least have something to do on 2 here, which I appreciate. Now we can break some necks after that. I gotta drain my swamp. I'm gonna take a moment to swamp drain. Those of you tracking, I got my drainer hooked up to my phone. Well, Drain the Swamp was supposed to be a political reference, but nobody ever seems to drain it. Everybody talks about doing it, but then the swamp is never drained. I like seeing the Raider because it is going to turn these mountains into a different draw. But for now, Berserker not great since the Priest can just chump it. But it maxes our mana, so it's what we're going to do. I'm not even going to bother sending, though. They just have they have a no-brainer block. I guess I should make them misclick. You know, maybe they misclick or something, but... Oh, yeah. Draining the Swamp is just talk. Power chases money, money chases power, and Washington chases itself. All right, with 2 Snowlands, they're going to be able to pick off the Berserker. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I really hope... I'm just going to send on the ground and give them the easy block. I'm not even going to... Yeah, let's see if they do it. Come on, you can do it. Just block. They're too smart. Too smart from Dead Pine. We're going to try Mountain, Mountain, Ditch Mountain. This is on attacking. I don't know what... I mean, I don't know what that means, Fluffy. Like, if they blocked, yeah. Sorry, ditch land. And, I'm gonna equip... I mean, if we play the Liberator, they just kill it, right? Maybe that's okay? But I guess we... let's put this on the Raider. It's our least important creature. If they want to spend Priest on killing Raider, or any resources on killing Raider, that's fine. But we don't want to offer them the Liberator. I'm gonna try and make them use this Priest here, or... not. I mean, if they're not going to block and they're not going to sack it to kill the Berserker, I don't know what they're doing. Interesting. Well, obviously we're going to offer up top. I mean, offer. We're attacking. They're going to take it. And... if we... I can't play around this too much. I think we're just going to lose to Sarulf, gang. So, given that I expect that we are not going to beat this, I'm going to assume that we're going to get super lucky regarding this card, and they're not going to find a way to kill anything else of ours, and it's going to stay on 1 counter. Because we can beat Sarulf if it stays on 1 counter. We can't if it doesn't, so I'm going to play like Sarulf is going to stay on 1 counter. It's really the only thing I've got. I don't think it will, and I think we're going to lose. But I'm not going to play to an out that I don't have. You know, that the out we have is getting lucky on Realm Eater, so let's see if we get lucky on Realm Eater. And that's what I need, right? So this is what we were expecting. We're in the 5-1 bracket. We're going to be facing tough decks with excellent cards. This is just tough, but we're even not out of it. We're even still mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Because if they go for the Realm Eater move, it does take out their Path, their Troll, their Elder Fang, right? It costs them everything, so we're going to make them have it. Or really make them do it, right? We can really put this on red. There's only one white card in our deck, and we have our planes, but they might have land destruction, so we'll make a couple sources in case they blow up one of these. Smells like swamp in here now. For those of you wondering, yeah, you're lucky. I'm glad you're not here. I don't want you in my house right now. My house stinks. Plumbing. Oh, yeah. That's true, Haj. I like that Haj's idea. Like, what would they be most afraid of? Name blue or something. I don't know. I don't know. We can find out. Nope. How liberating. So now we are on, let's see, what does this do on final chapter? Gain life. They're going to gain, oh, we are so doomed, gang. We are, oh wait, what did I do? Oh, swamp gas. There's marsh gas. There you go. Well played, Hat. This is a swingy card. I've been very down on this card. I still don't like it. I find too many times I just can't even cast the thing. I don't know. I get that it does stuff, but... It's like... Fenrir is like pressing my buttons. Fenrir is the first to say every time there's a best case scenario. See? See? Look at that best case scenario. All right. Thanks, Fenrir. Appreciate the best case scenario lesson. It's not results oriented. Now I'm going to time you out, Fenrir. Sit. Clearly not hearing my words. We're still losing this game, though. I don't know what to do. More chumps. We need to maybe send in, decline, I don't know, send in the raider. But then we're still dead. Yeah, whatever, we're dead. We're so dead. You want to get timed out around here, call me results oriented when I wasn't being results oriented. That'll do it. D throwing shade? D's throwing shade. Interesting. Timeout D2. There we go. Send somebody to the corner with Fenrir so he can talk. I encourage you not to count, Syriana. Nice. Keep. I'm a power-mad dictator. I was congratulated recently on my dictatorship, actually. And I thank them. Yes, indeed. I try to be a benevolent one. So, I'm willing to offer a pup. We'll upgrade a pup to a 2/1, or trade a liberator for a 2/1 and a hawk. Although they're not going to block pup because we have threat and activation there, but I am willing to trade liberator for a replacement 2/1 here. Three mana removal is fine, right? It's not great because we spent it on a hawk, but it was free removal, so we took the free removal while we had it. And now, let's see, we don't have the squash up, and we don't have action. Cavalry pump doesn't get there, so Mr. Brickwall, or Misty Brickwall, is going to brickwall us. Hasty Hammer or Squash, depending. Hasty Hammer is maybe as good as Squash here, although maybe not now with the Mentor. Hasty Hammer is going to make a 5/1. They can just trade that off. So I like... But maybe it's still what we do, and then we equip the hammer to the pup, and then that's fine too. So yeah, Hasty Hammer is good. Let's do that. Why do we Squash, though? Like, yeah, I don't like Squash yet. I think we Hasty Hammer. It's fine. It's more removal, right? Like, it's removal for a 1/1 token, which is a little sad, but it's some damage, and then we have and we really want the hammer out. Like, we're just getting the bonus from the hammer. Really what I want is the Dwarven Hammer out to get onto the pup. And so for 2 mana, we can deal 4. Play the hammer, and for 2 mana, deal 4. Well, there's another good piece of equip. However, we're going to basically beat it with Puppy. Hammering Puppy is real deal. Because now we got 6 points of first strike. And they could trade, but they're going to have to give up their giant to do so. And if we could wait and blow them out with a double block too. But with 6... They do have they can double block and kill it if they want to give up their giant token. And then we still have the hammer to move around, so you know what? I'm going to say fine. You want to trade for the pup? We're going to move the hammer if you do. And we do want the... well, do we want the giant dead? 4/4 or 1... Yeah, the flyer is tough, but we still want the big 4/4 dead. And we do have to pump or it won't happen. If they move the amulet, that could be rough because we lose the squash ability of the Mistwalker, but hammering up a dwarf still fine, so we're just going to try and bash with the hammer if they get the protection going. Equip 2 says they can't equip right now. And 5, 6, 7, we don't get to equip and hold up squash, so we got to decide about that. Oh, I missed the scry. What happened there on scry? Oh yeah, we could have waited on the pup for sure, Mike. That's true. We could have saved the pup for later and threatened the initial damage with this. Berserker 3/2 says 5/2 trample can get through both of these. Oh, but 6-2. Sorry, I can do math. 6-2 trample, but so does 5-2. So maybe on that same tack, we can start with the 5-2 and then drop the Berserker after. I like that. Berserker doesn't have an attack here, though. This is what we were expecting, because we're thinking they're going to try to get to 6 power, or 6 toughness on the ground, but then Berserker gets through that, so that's what we're setting up for next turn. Have we raided yet? Trying to decide if I'm keeping this land. I think I'm going to keep the land. We can cast the Squash right now. If we draw a spell, we can play the land, and if we draw a Raider, we'll be really happy to have the land. Packmate, if they get land, they can still equip. Let's see if they pull that off. Yep, there it is. CBL being funky again. I'll give it focus again. There we go. See if that works. Ooh, Bolt is a great draw, because I was just about to mention, we can't equip the hammer and have Squash ready, but equip the hammer, have Bolt ready? Oh, yeah. Equip the hammer, have Bolt ready is great, and we can even continue to hold the land because it doesn't affect that. Might need to bolt the Packmate now, but with the trample we can wait till they block. So let's wait till they block, and then we will get the trample damage. Oh, that's actually nice. I guess we were going to get it... Like, we just get to kill the Packmate and take out the Walker for free? What a great block for us. Lucky. I don't know why they did that. I guess they're trying to prevent damage, but it worked out for us great. I think if they... I mean, to be fair, if we had had Demon Bolt any time previously, we would have already used it. So they had no reason to think we had Bolt unless we just drew it. And that prevented, prevented some damage. And if we didn't have removal, it was free. If we didn't have removal, it was going to be free for them to hold off that extra damage. Because they put 7 toughness, they put 7 toughness in front of 6 power, so they just thought that we didn't have anything, which is a good read, because we didn't previously, not for that much mana. They thought it was free to absorb that trample, and understandably, but it was not. Now, Squash has no targets, but Berserker is still good here for getting through Kinseekers, and we can move the hammer to the Cav after that. Now this is a big spot, because if they have something up here, I don't send both, because if I'm Oppo, I eat up the cavalry and take 6. I mean, I guess maybe you're afraid of run amok, but we would have used that last turn, so same theory. Like, if we had the things they're worried about, we would have used them before. Keep up Squash instead of re-equip. Nah, because then, well, it kind of doesn't matter either way. And then, yeah, but that's fair. They have a hexproof amulet, so yeah, we should keep up Squash. Good point. And I'm going to play the land. We're keeping 1. The hexproof is what makes it matter, though, for sure. And then we're going to let them try and move that. Use that mana. They selected their mana carefully, which suggests something else here has 3 mana behind. It's not must block, but it's close. The trouble is it's a trade. Would love to find something to haste up with the cavalry. That would be the dream draw here. Like a Fearless Liberator, perchance? I love it. We'll do that. Let's see, can we do it all? We can do it all if we play all the mana. So we're going to play our mountain. Come on, deck, hang in there. We're almost there. Turn this, come on. 6-0. Bunch of lands for Oppo. Hammer is nuts if you're attacking. Fantastic. We're going to do this now. And if we put this on the token, does it make a difference? Why do we want it on one or the other? It becomes basically must block wherever we put it, and then Firewalker lives. That was my theory. And they only have a one, you know, I guess they could pump to eat the Firewalker, but then they're taking 5. Yeah, Firewalker is lethal. That's true. Yeah, okay. We'll it's a force block only if we do it here. So okay, that works. Pausing is explained by the Mistwalker activation, so we don't know if this card is anything. I do want to keep the Walker around, but this is so harsh for them to lose this creature that it's worth it. They go to 4 and they're empty boarded, except for a giant equip. They go to 3, actually. I already played that other land, right? Did I? There's no 1 mana spell for us to cast mid... Oh, I guess we should. Did I play a land? I can't remember. We might get Pup. That's fair. Yeah. Pup is worth it. Oh, I forgot they had to reduce toughness to kill, so we actually get some extra damage, too. Yeah, we have a Helm and 2 Pups, so leaving up red for the possible 1-drop was correct there. Yeah, good call, Jim. I always forget these spell lands, and we don't see any up here, so not going to get got by that this time. A lot of mana, a lot of cards. They're trying to show that they might have something. We're going to throw the hammer on the least important creature. And send in both of them. Exploding Planeswalker. I mean, this needs to be 2 removal spells, straight up. And I can't fathom how they would have 2 removal spells at this point in the game that they hadn't already played. All right. A removal spell that counts as 2 works. Top. Ooh, that'll get a land out of their hand, probably. Oh, wow. Note that they chose not to ditch. That is intense. I don't know what that is, but maybe this game is not as closed as I hoped. I was talking at the start of the draft, how this had been a high, you know, this had gotten some buzz, but then kind of fell off a little bit. It's not technically flood. We have basically half our land halfway through the deck, but you know, it feels like it's 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess we're a little floody. We got 10 in hand, 6. Like our average would be 8. We're like 2 lands over average. And of course, they're drawing action. Oh, we've been having some rough luck on Oppo on 1 and 2 life here. Come on! Oh, well, that's a help. Maybe we can do something here. Let's see. Let's go. This could be okay. This could be like. Yeah, we get mob, equip, and activate. So, 8, 1, 2, 3, 7. They kind of have to block with everything. So this is actually this is better for us now, because they really have to block with everything or they're dead. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 total damage. So this is fine. And then we finish off the Raider. Which one's on hexproof? Oh, oh yeah, Raider. Whew, thanks. Need to check that. Almost screwed that up. Thanks for the reminder. Because it's interesting, if you look at the browser, it doesn't show you, I mean, it shows you it has hexproof or whatever, but it doesn't like show the thing on there, so I totally missed that. And then now it's fine, right? Ping any of them is fine. We just couldn't ping the that one. Yeah, it actually would have been fine, right? Because no matter with the way trample works, it still would have worked. But also good to be aware of the stuff. They've still got a crap ton of cards to our, you know, we're trying. We're trying. They're attacking with dragons. We're trying. Jeez. Oh, this is ridiculous. I quit Magic. I quit Magic. This is not even remotely fair, gang. Ugh. Double hammer could get us there. You know my plan. Wine, wine, win. Somebody, who is that who defined, that's the Ryan Spain saga? Chapter 1, wine. Chapter 2, wine. Chapter 3, win. Hopefully we're hitting chapter 3 next. I love it, Swamp Lore. That's my saga. It's my Magic saga for sure. What are they up to? I think they are maybe digging for something. I don't know. Yeah, Crush the Weak would be good. Onslaught. Onslaught would be a win, right? So Onslaught would be Xaxes. Do they have white even? Do they even show any white? They're not showing white, so it's not that. All right. No blocks then. Oh, treasure, sure. But I would say that you would have to agree that it is extremely unlikely that this deck is playing Onslaught. Nobody's splashing Onslaught off the white. Come on. So I'm going to say no blocks. Hey, if I'm always in for the great clip too, because like if they snap. If they immediately go Onslaught there, it's hilarious, right? We got part 2 of the flood, but hopefully as we win. Nothing to do but attack and hope it's enough.
Goodbye to flesh and blood.
Chapter 3. No! Good job, Oppo. That was a good game, though. Frustrating. I mean, come on. They needed every last card. Every freaking last card. You know they just drew that. Pretty frustrating, actually, to lose to their final card. When our aggro deck has 11 lands. That's a tough one, gang. I gotta say, that is a hard-fought, hard loss to come this close to beating that collection of cards right there. You got lucky on us, Oppo. Wine, wine, lose. That's somebody else's saga. I was slow rolling? How can you call... You don't slow roll when you lose, East. Do you get that? Don't call me a slow roller as I'm licking my wounds, please. Come on, True. Yes, they got lucky off of that card, but they had to get perfect, perfect, perfect. We both got a lot of draws to go perfect, 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 and then we lost. They were one more perfect than we were. So 5 and 3? That's all right. Yeah, that's all I meant, what math is saying. They needed action, and they got it. But there you go. You can't slow roll unless you're winning. So I'm not always slow rolling because I'm not always winning. Slow roll is what you do to torture somebody before you show them the win, not to torture them before you show them that they're lost. All right. Well, that was a pretty good deck. Great game to finish. Unfortunately, we didn't pick up that final win. I think that was awfully close to 7 wins, right? I mean, that last game was on the top deck. We come up with one final win there. We're playing for 7. I think that was great. Yeah, the dragon needed haste. Like there's a bunch of stuff that were just perfect for them at the moments they had it. Any one of those don't come through for them and we win that game. But we didn't. That's magic. There's a reason Oppo put all those cards in their deck. It was to draw them and beat us with them. They did it. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. We'll catch you the next one.